Oh my god.
Hello, hello, and welcome to another scheduled stream with me and the boy.
Make some more stacks.
And I mean,
You beat me to it. Have we got any deals pending on it?
someone said don't bother, so no.
She absolutely not. Oh yeah, Ray. I'm so sorry, Ray. I'll do better.
Oh, you'll get over it.
Oh, there's so many failed deals in here. Lily Turner. She's the only one. She's the only one. Oh, and Jen.
Where else are they going to get it?
Potentially from Cartel could be back.
Yeah, we'll sort them out.
A dealer's stocked again. Oh yeah. There's an old news text.
Right,
But
come on, but you know, the cartel were afraid of a few spray painted penises on the wall, weren't they? So.
yeah, they weren't anything. But didn't you have to buy guns to even get them?
Yeah, bit of graffiti.
And just outperforming them selling wise.
At the end of the day, they were just a bunch of Karens. Made a lot of noise, but of no importance.
Oh yeah. We all know a Karen.
We all know many Karens.
And like they're just carrying it up, and you're just like, how do you become such a Karen?
I had to stop myself earlier today.
In what way?
Just trying to get someone to do something, so I could just check it out, and we were just sat
In what way?
I just needed them to literally right click on something, click on copy, and then click on paste.
What they struggled?
They just couldn't do it all.
Are they? Are they just stupid?
No.
The hell? Are they out of money?
I've met plenty of people who were capable of doing that when you give them instructions exactly what to do, which I did. But this person couldn't.
These are next level stupid.
So, no, he's not stupid, he was ignorant because they didn't read what I wrote in the emails. And even though, you know, I was greeting them by name, they didn't even have the courtesy to write anything back.
What
Nothing.
in terms
Zero.
of? In terms of say your name.
They didn't say anything. They didn't even say thanks when they were trying to do stuff that they couldn't do. But it's just all like
Rude.
oh, exceptionally rude.
But that's just like that's what people are like. We have this lady called. Well, I'm not gonna say. But like when everybody talks about like credit income, I go, "Oh, are you talking about so and so?" And they're like, "Yeah," because they are kind of they're just like they're ignoring any sort of context, and they're creating work because they have like a so they're looking at aged debt, right? And they're saying, well, we raised an invoice months ago, haven't got payment. And we're saying, well, if you wait another couple of months, we'll get it. We're just waiting for some people to fill in the form. And they're like, no, credit note right now and then just re-raise. And it's like, bro. I ignored her for absolutely ages. Like, because it was just like every month it was like, I say every month, it was just constant barragement.
What, you needed to pay someone money?
No, we basically, a company hadn't paid us.
Alright.
So something was flagging up on their end. It was bad debt. But in our eyes, it's so common. But someone's clearly said to them, maybe new leadership has gone, right, guys, you need to be on top of this now. And then she's just like, honestly, on your back. Like, she's got to the point now, if you took a wrong turn in the corridor, she'd probably be right there. And you'd be like, whoa.
Oh, so not just a Karen, but a micromanaging Karen.
But I guess not a department, it's just like, whatever's flagging up on their end, they're not willing to listen to any sort of reason.
Oh,
So
interdepartmental one, where basically...
then just creates more work for everybody.
So they're the kinds that if they ask you something, I'll send you an email or something, and they don't get an immediate response, they're throwing shit your way. And yet when you ask them for something, they just ignore you completely.
Kinda. Well, she's pretty quick with it, but like, for example, she was asking me to raise a credit note on an invoice I raised in 2024. So let that sink in. She was asking about it, and I was like, well, I barely raise any invoices at all these days. I was trying to figure.
State agency being incompetent? No, say it is.
And I was just like, bro, I don't even remember raising this. And then I had a look when I raised it, 2024, and I was thinking, right, Christ, on a bicycle. So then I was thinking, like, well, like, it had been so long that the cost center had been closed, so I couldn't raise the credit note. So I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, it's just not even on the system anymore. It's been that long. And then she emailed some other guy about, could you help? No reply for like 3 days. So at least this isn't really my issue at this point now. I could just be like, oh, I'm waiting for him to reply. Do you know? Where is this kid? Kid Cudi? But tell you what, I'm gonna say something right now, and this probably the worst thing I found out. I've always told myself that popcorn is a good snack, right? I get a lot, it's filling, but it isn't that heavy, low calories.
Mm-hmm.
Until I asked ChatGPT, I was like, "Yo, chat, how many calories?" And he was like, "Well, usually it's around 400 to 500." I was like, "Huh, can't be right." Bear in mind, I smashed 3 of these the other day, thinking, "Oh, it's probably maybe already 600 calories." Had a little packet, 400, and I'm like, "Bro." So I just couldn't have anything. Just had to leave it in the cupboard.
Your first mistake that you made was asking ChatGPT anything, because ChatGPT is so screwed up.
Well, it was right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because I checked the packaging and it was right, and I was there like thinking, damn. I just in my head assumed it was low calorie, but that's homemade popcorn, like pre-packaged with all the sugar and that. But then I'm thinking, I ain't gonna want homemade anyway if it's gonna be bland as hell.
Oh no, if it's homemade, why don't you know? I mean, well, think of it this way. Yeah, there's going to be calories in it, but spray on some honey or something like that. Find a way to water down honey, but spray that on, and you get a bit of sweetness and it's not bland.
But like, I don't know how to make homemade. You have to like put it in the pan and that, and like pop it up or something.
Yeah, use a bit of oil.
Bro, I have absolutely no idea how to do that. I don't even know where you buy raw kernels from. Like like what's they're just at the supermarket. I think Emma me asked me to do it once for her, and I burnt all of it.
Well, the thing is you can buy, microwave stuff that comes in a bag, but that's got stuff inside it as well.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have the microwavable bag one, and I was thinking, oh, that this is what sent me down the rabbit hole because I was gonna buy a bag of like the Butter Kiss like sweet popcorn from the store the other day, and I looked at the back of the bag, 500 calories, and thinking, bloody hell! I used to smash these thinking it was better than a chocolate bar, but actually it's pretty much exactly the same.
Oh
So
yeah.
then I was like, oh,
But
no way the microwavable ones in the packet as bad, and they are. And I was like, right, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to wait. And it's annoying, like what is it? I've got 4 more weeks of this, but like I've been getting bought chocolate and biscuits and all sorts, and I just have to put it right in my cupboard, chew it, sitting there.
you
They're like,
still got
look,
the Chewits.
no, I ate those ages ago. These are new Chewits. But I just put them straight in the cupboard. They're just watching me now. It's just, yeah. But then, like, the issues is that, like, I can't. If I wasn't, I'm going bottomless brunch tomorrow, and like cocktails are heavy. Do you know what I mean? Prosecco's heavy, wine's heavy. If I was just doing a classic night out where where I pre myself, I'd be fine because I just have like a bottle of Disaronno, and then I'm good for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's
But
got a
then,
shitload of sugar in it, hasn't it?
uh, has it?
Yeah. And you got to remember, basically, in a lot of this stuff, whatever doesn't turn into alcohol is sugar. And if it's alcoholic and it tastes fairly sweet, that means that there's a shitload of sugar still left in it.
Disaronno high calorie liquid juice to its sugar and alcohol content. 1.5 ounce shot contains. The shot contains 100 calories. Oh my god.
So
Maybe not then.
if a shot contains 100 calories, God, then a bottle is going to be close to a bottle is going to be close to your freaking daily intake.
I used to smash. But I'm looking now. It doesn't say out. Nobody puts calories on a bowl.
I mean,
Wait,
if you park
one
that
liter.
aside for a second, I found a recipe for low carb and sugar free caramel popcorn.
How can caramel popcorn be sugar free?
Because it might be something other than sugar, but it still tastes it.
Everything just
But
everything is just makes you heavier.
yeah.
But I love food so much, and it is miserable. But
Yeah,
what?
but that's why instead of taking a water bottle to the gym, you get your favourite iced whatever current thing is at McDonald's or whatever.
But even that's like a lot of calories. Like I hate liquid calories.
Yeah, but just smash it out at the gym while you're drinking it.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean. Like I had an issue where I was ended up consuming more calories than I was burning because when I left I was hungry. And I used to drink. I need to try and find. I need to find something which isn't heavy. Because like cocktails are heavy, vodka's, tequila, gin, whiskey. No, it's still a lot. Blooming heck.
I mean, the thing is if you're going to be drinking, and again, it's like I've said, other times to make you last the night. You know what? Just have a water. every alternate drink. Or half a bottle of water. So when you order a drink, just get a bottle of water as well, and then have some of the water in between your drinks.
But like that was serving me up.
Well, no, you'll still get drunk, but you're putting extra fluids in the system, which won't stop you dehydrating as well. Because you got to remember that if you're dehydrating, that's not going to help as well. And every single fitness dietitian says that the most effective way to lose weight is to drink plenty of water.
Yeah, I drink. I don't. That's what I mean. I don't have a single bit of. I don't drink any calories at all.
Yeah, but
Like
you
I
do
don't.
when you go on the piss.
Yeah, but then but instead of the water, I just want to have anything. Well, I guess. I mean, like when because drinking is drinking. That's what I'm saying. Like if I wasn't going out drinking, I probably would have had the popcorn.
Yeah, but as I say, you get a bottle of water with your first drink. And just have some water in between each drink.
Yeah, but I'd probably just drink exactly the same. I'd just be having water.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You've got that water in there, so you're going to be reducing the impact of the alcohol. You're going to be reducing the impact of the dehydration. You're going to keep your fluid levels up.
But then I have to drink more then.
No, you won't.
I want to drink as least possible and feel the most effect. I mean, it looks like I'm gonna have to be in vodka, gin, or whiskey, or wine,
I mean, yeah.
or prosecco.
No, but wine's got tons of calories in.
Dry wine says 80 to 100 for a 125 ml glass.
Yeah, but what about a gin and tonic?
Gin and tonic is 60 to 80. Yeah, so I'm saying gin, vodka, or whiskey is what I'm gonna be getting.
The one thing I can assure you, right? If you stick to gin and tonics all night, you'll get hammered, and you won't have a hangover.
I just hate gin and tonic.
Well, after the second or third one, you're going to be tipsy enough not to care.
Yeah, no, I hate gin and I just hate it. I hate like. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a tonic water or if it's a gin or it's a combination. I hate how it tastes.
Well,
like there's a weird like. Huh?
Get orange or strawberry gin, something like that. And
Yeah, I guess
it takes the edge off the gin and it takes the edge off the tonic.
No, I agree. At the bar, it'll be fine. I'm just thinking about before. The bottomless.
You can buy strawberry and raspberry and shit like that gin. What is it? Beefeater does an orange gin.
We're going to be at the Hedra House. You heard of it?
Yeah.
This is a.
Well, basically, Hedrow House. That's the one with the different tiers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it at the top tier. I know that's where you're going to want to be, but I'd say that's probably the worst bar in the entire place.
I don't like Hedra. I really don't. I never go by my own decision. Like I don't like it in the slightest. I think it's people always. I have a favorite bar. It's called Belgrave. I think it's so much better atmosphere. You can get a little pizza there. The drinks, everything's a bit better. The seating's better. The music is a bit better. But everyone just says it's way too loud to conversate. And you go in Hedra and it's even louder.
Yeah, and because the way it's built, it just echoes.
I don't like it, and it's expensive.
Yeah, so what is it? The first 2 floors, it's just large and open and echoes.
Yeah, with some chairs.
And then the top floor is just too tight because it's always packed because everyone wants to be in the top floor.
Yeah,
and
outside.
It's just too noisy anyway.
Yeah, it's stupid. One thing that's ruined my day? Jaeger is heavy, and I love a Jaeger shot.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was developed as a freaking cough syrup. So yeah,
Really?
yeah,
What is? Just had alcoholic properties,
yeah.
and
Who
people just
would?
started drinking it.
Why do you think you're not supposed to drink certain cough syrups and drive?
Is it actually originally cough syrup?
Yeah, that's
I'm,
what
I'm
it was
looking.
developed as. Look at the alcohol content of a normal cough syrup.
1934. Yeast, Skinner, vinegar, and spirits. The recipe roots. It dedicated as many markers in Germany to hunters and as a digestive.
Not digestive.
Many people think Jägermeister is meant as cough medicine. Neither is true. Oh,
Oh really? Oh, that sucks.
yeah.
So
It's a myth, to be fair. Just say here. The confusion probably comes from medical tasting herbs in the stag logo. It's got 36 herbs, roots, fruits, and spices.
so you
I
got
love a good Jaeger bomb. Or a
you,
shot or anything with
so
Jaeger in it.
if it's a digestive, then it means that you're supposed to drink it after eating.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
If
sick
it's an
bottle.
if it's an aperitif, you drink it before eating.
What is it? To dislodge all the stuff in your belly.
Well, no, one's just before eating, one's after eating. That's all.
Yeah, but what for though?
To help with digestion, it's like having a coffee after you've had a meal.
No, I need help with whatever I'm digesting. I got the classic old IBS. Doctor gave me this little list of things not to eat. They'll listen. No.
Now, the thing you can't eat with it is modern method baked bread.
I don't eat. I can't remember the last time I ate bread either. I
And the
think
thing is if you made a really basic recipe bread, if you made your own bread and made the most basic recipe, which is literally flour, yeast, salt, and water, you wouldn't have that issue.
yeah, I just don't. I can't make it. I don't have anything to make it in. There is
Well,
no. But like, I don't miss it. Like, if I missed it, I would. I cut it out and I was like, yeah, good riddance. Like, I don't eat. I don't have toast. I don't eat breakfast. I don't have sandwiches. I don't have any sort of bread with my dinner. If you see what I'm saying, like,
yeah. And as I say, it's no worries when it comes to modern bread missing it out because modern bread is just chemical shit like everything else.
just if you see what's in American bread, oh, you think ours is bad.
It's just sugar.
It is. There is just like that. They have literally they put in stuff to make it. I don't even.
And the thing is it doesn't go mouldy.
Yeah, exactly.
I, it's like when you were a kid and I got you one of those caterpillar ice creams. Remember those?
Oh, and it didn't melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. I got it out to defrost a little bit, so it'd be a bit softer for you. And I completely forgot about it. And 4 hours later, it's still in the shape, and it's not like.
That is an ice cream.
Yeah, but you can't actually buy ice cream these days.
Ben and Jerry's.
No, it's mainly vegetable fat.
Is it?
It's not. Yeah, you've got to really look hard to find proper dairy ice cream.
I used to smash like a whole tub of a biscuit of ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's sort of like.
Hello, Lily Turner.
Oh God, is it? Who's the other ice cream one? the nicer ice cream. No, they do strawberry cheesecake.
So Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, can easily demolish a tub of Haagen-Dazs.
I've never really been keen. Like, it's too artisan. I don't want strawberry supreme cream ripple. I want like
Yeah,
I want some grotty.
do you know you can get the little ones? Do you know
Not
they do
really.
the boxes of the little tubs? You've got
No, I
some,
never knew that.
they've got some really nice fruit flavours in those, like mango and stuff.
But that's what I mean.
They don't do those in big tubs.
Like I hate these flavors when it comes to ice cream.
I mean, if you want something really nice, I mean, again, it's not probably proper ice cream, but I think Asda still does it, where they do their own brand, and they do an Eton Mess ice cream.
I'm not a fan of ice creams which like they're doing too much.
No, they're not. It's just ice cream, syrup, and bits of meringue.
I don't really even like meringue.
You don't like meringue?
No, like one of my favorite Ben and Jerry's flavor is cookie dough because it's basically mainly vanilla with a little bit of cookie dough chunks in, or Biscoff because it's vanilla with Biscoff bits in. Like I don't like it when it's doing too much. Like I like basic. Like if I get, for example, I got a froyo the other day.
Yeah.
And I got plain, and I got some sweet, some marshmallows on there. And the person I went with literally doused it in everything, and I'm like, that's just too much. I like it simple. I like it not busy. I like it where I can enjoy each individual flavor. You see what I'm saying?
Do you know what I'm tempted to do?
Ugh.
I've got that little blender thing.
Do you?
Yeah, that I do the milkshakes in. Not the milkshakes, the fruit and milk, where I put strawberries in the milk and make strawberry milk. I'm tempted to give it a try making milkshakes in those. Just throwing some milk and ice cream in them. And seeing what comes out.
What, and then chuck it in freezer?
No, drink it. Make milkshakes.
What blend? Oh yeah. I forgot those are a thing. Yeah.
I bet you've forgotten about ice cream floats as well, haven't you?
Oh, I know what an ice cream float is.
Yeah,
Back when I
introduced you to them.
when I went to play in polo tournament in Barcelona, I was making ice cream floats out of the ice cream we stole from like the restaurant thing. Yeah, rate them. I feel like the only time to have them is when it's hot outside, and when it's hot, I'm getting ready for summer. Yeah.
Well, why don't you get some protein ice cream and sugar-free drink, and
You can get
make them out of that.
You can get that.
You can get protein ice cream.
What from like Asda?
From anywhere. But it tastes like crap like any other protein.
Yeah. I just every time I have it and I eat it, whether it's a protein bar from like Tesco, I just think it just tastes so weird. Like people eat these all the time. Like I don't know what. It's not chocolate anymore. Whatever they do to it, whatever's in it.
What is it? When I was shopping, they had some offers on protein drinks, so I got a couple of them. And even the drinks taste dry and powdery. How can a drink taste dry and powdery?
It's like old tarry.
Yeah, and it's a case of.
Things
so basically, what you're saying is I should drink this instead of just having, a glass of milk with some chicken. which would probably be a lot better. There's some nice protein and some animal fats. Yeah, just have some freaking chicken and a glass of milk. Everything with protein in it. I got those protein yogurts. One of them was lemon. It's alright. You know, lemon cheesecake flavour. It's alright. I adore lemon cheesecake. It was my favourite cheesecake. And it was just dry and powdery. How can yogurt be dry and powdery? It's just... yeah. This is why you got protein. Oh, we got the blue. This is why you don't fill your computers with crap plugins. And use Razer products, which installs crap software.
Yeah.
It's okay, I was only saying nice things about you while you were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Wasn't have yours, it was being lovely.
I don't know why it's doing this.
Probably installed Crapathon plugin 2000 or something.
I haven't got any plugins. This exact reason.
I probably just trying to do it all over Wi-Fi, even though we've improved the Wi-Fi in the system. You know, you've got a decent card in there, you've got, you know, proper antenna. Your signal's probably still weak as shit.
So I looked it up, and it said that it could be because it's overheating on schedule 1.
You turn the graphics down. And you shouldn't be overheating. You've got a decent cooler on that CPU now. The graphics card shouldn't be overheating. We cleaned it out not too long ago. That reminds me, we've got to get that video posted, haven't we?
Because I'm looking at the thing and it's saying like 80% GPU.
Yeah, just drop down some of the settings.
It's on medium.
What, on graphics?
Yeah.
Well, turn off God rays.
Turn off. Which? Oh,
In graphics,
what?
you've got God rays. Turn that off.
Yeah. What else should turn off? Anti-aliasing.
No. You got display.
Yeah.
Turn off VSync. Because what VSync will do, it'll be pushing your graphics card to match the frequency of your monitor. And is your monitor 120 or 166 or 165?
144.
Yeah, so basically you're telling your graphics card, you're telling the game to match the refresh rate of your monitor, which is 144 Hz. So it's trying to do 144 FPS. Cut that down. What's your GPU doing now?
It's still going up to 80-ish. It's going up and down from about 40 to 80.
Yeah, so it should stabilise because you'll be, it'll be loading the graphics of zones, so it should keep the temperature down a bit.
Okay. Let's see how that goes.
There's excuse me, you've got the God rays on, which is lighting effects, which can take a chunk. I mean, not so much at night, because it's a night-time game. But, stuff, anti-alias and, smooth shit out, but that's not so much of a big lift for games now. Is that, that's very old technology. So, your graphics card should be able to easily handle that.
Okay. I just had a quick Google search while I was loading. It said it could be due to overheating because it's intensive.
Yeah, I mean the game's not optimized, so they're looking at features instead of optimization at the moment.
I guess that's. I mean, what would you prefer?
I'd prefer optimization. Always optimization because the game running better, not having issues. It doesn't matter how many features they put into something. If the game runs supply, or pushes your system too hard for what it is, then look at it this way. That's pushing your GPU harder than Counter Strike. What is it? COD would.
Yes,
and it's all like, and the map isn't that big, the graphics aren't that intensive, the mechanics aren't major, so it's all like, it's optimizing that. It makes so much of a difference.
Oh yeah, I don't think it should be going up to what it's going up to, really.
I think of it, if they want to strike a nice balance, is alternate. So one major update, they'll do features. The next major update, do optimization work. Go that way, and then it's still early access, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, what's your GPU temp?
Where do I check that?
In Task Manager.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to the second tab in Task Manager, the second tab down, and select your GPU, it should have the temperature it's running at.
47 degree.
Yeah, your GPU's not overheating. That's a nice temperature. I mean, what's the utilization now on your GPU?
71%.
Yeah, so it's dropped. So, even at 71%, that should be heating your GPU up to about 50. So you're at 47. So your cooling's fine at the moment. It's not that. It's something else. And as I say, I think it's because they've not optimized it as well. And we're playing in multiplayer. You've also got to consider the fact that you're playing it over Wi-Fi. When you're running on, so you run a wire, and you've got full duplex signal constantly, no issues. When you're running on Wi-Fi, basically what your device is doing is it's having to queue with all the other wireless devices in your house, and so it's having to shout out for a slot on your Wi-Fi. And because everyone in your house probably has about 30 freaking mobile devices and tablets, and then you've got smart home shit. You're a big lorry that's trying to drive down a small road full of cyclists.
Yeah, there's a lot of devices in there.
Yeah. Whereas if you were wired, you got no problem with that. I mean, I've got really good Wi-Fi, but no way I'm playing on Wi-Fi. I've got wire. Yeah, I run that cable.
Yeah, it is supreme.
Because as I say, your Wi-Fi card is having to queue and wait for position to be able to talk backwards and forwards, and because you're playing online and you're streaming as well, you've got a lot to say. And if people are streaming on smart devices as well, so if they're watching Netflix through the TV on Wi-Fi, you're fighting that. Oi, out my cupboards. Leave them. They're my cupboards.
Looking at the product. I'm going to go for a pee. I'm going to bed there.
I'm going to get these filled up again. Before I give people stuff again. Just like last time, get this stock up. And I'll wait for him to get back, ladies and gentlemen, because he'll just cry about missing appointments if he does. In fact, while he's doing that, I'm going to go for a drink. I'm going to get myself another lovely drink.
Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty clean in here. I'm not gonna lie. Fair play. Oh, I got a new game instead of Lego Batman. I haven't really been able to do it much. Because the thing with Lego Batman is that can wait. I kind of know what I'm gonna get with that. I got the the Skywalker. Good minute. Skywalker Saga. I kind of know what it is. But this is an indie studio basically made a Pokemon game.
Which one?
It's called Luminaire. The Memories of Trey or something like that. And it's just basically Pokemon, but they've obviously made sure that they can't get sued to absolute oblivion.
So you've got to collect them all instead of got to catch them all.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's all similar mechanics. You catch them, you fight them, you battle. Story, you've basically got gym battles. You got like legendaries, but there's a lot of them. But like, I was reading one of the reviews. I didn't read like all of it because it said spoilers, but I read the first line. It was like, the ending is terrible. And I was like, right, okay. But then I'm thinking like, this is an indie studio. Like, it looks really good for an indie studio. Like, really good. But the history behind the studio is they made like a Pokemon game before. Like, there's the community for kind of making ROM hacks and stuff, like taking games and then like using the sprites and the assets to make your own game. They already made one, and it was one of the biggest, most popular ones of all time. So they already had experience making a good Pokemon game. They then just, when it came to this, they then had to do it again, but with brand new sprites, brand new models, brand new everything, brand new mons. They're called Animons in this. And there's lots of cool things which do make it better than Pokemon. For example, you don't have to teach rubbish TMs to your Pokemon to like rock smash or something, or like cut grass. Like, they've done this thing where like you don't need it, which is quite nice.
So is your companion Pikachu?
No, they've got some really good designs. Like, my starters, you can choose from 5-star Pokemons, but it's usually 3, and you can choose to have single battles, double battles, triple battles, or quadruple battles whenever you want. And I've always got it set on quadruple because all my fodder can take the hits while my big dog starter just rams everyone apart. But it's like, with just how OP it is at the moment. That's what I used to love about Pokemon games, which is why I love the older games more than newer games. Because in the newer games, they introduced an XP share. You had XP share before, but how it worked was you gave it to one Pokemon, and then the XP was shared with the one that battled and the one you then gave it to. And then X and Y, they then introduced it where it spreads, and then they just became a feature in the game where like it's not even an XP share anymore. It's just part of the game where everyone gets XP, and it made it easier. But I liked it when all I did was use my starter. Like, I get to the Elite Four and I have like a team of like level 13 Pokemon, but then I have my starters like level 70 odd, and you can just tank absolutely everything no matter what. And that's what makes those old games like properly special. Or like you're trying your best to fight the Elite Four or something, and what the hell?
Well, that's it. They'll probably turn around and make decisions like that. Go, no, some people don't collect all the Pokemon, so you've got to make it worthwhile for them collecting them all. So you've got to give them all a bit of experience no matter what. And it's just all like,
Nah. I had a Pokemon Soul Silver for Alligator. Just literally this water ice crocodile, massive alligator thing, and he had Surf, stronger one of the. I don't like Hydro Pump is the strongest water move, but you can only use it 5 times. Like, Pokemon has a thing called PP, and that's how many times you can use a move before you go to like either use an Ether or Heal. And it has a bad accuracy, but Surf is 100 accuracy, and I could up the PP with items to make it 20. So the Ice Crunch and Surf, and I had Pound, I think, or like Strength. And literally with those 3 moves, it just tanked the entire game. Like, he's by far my favourite Pokemon. From just how I was able to give him moves to just be able to absolutely wipe out everything that moved. And I'll have him in the legendary, which are good levels, and the rest are dead, and they'll just like finish the game with just 2 Pokemon. Oh, when I had
That's it. When I mean, a lot of times I'm disappointed when you update games and change. You know, especially early access games where you get into it and you like the mechanics, and then later on they'll change the mechanics of how stuff works, and it just completely ruins the game.
what game's that? Are you thinking of?
I'm thinking when they had too much. It's sort of like, well, it's sort of like the resource gathering in 7 Days to Die. In the early one, the early versions, it was quite good, and then we got to a change, and it's just like, just stop.
What did they do to it?
So if you wanted certain things, it was okay. It was easy to get, but you could differentiate. I think it's just sort of like now where it's all like clay and soil and it's in together and you build it up and it's just the stuff you need to do to move on. I think they changed the recipe for furnaces and how furnaces worked as well, and it was just sort of like, I mean, the old way was a bit clunky, but I liked it instead of this new way where you just load it up with tons, and it's just it's so like I enjoy playing with the game and the mechanics and messing around with it, but then they, as the game matures, they change the mechanics to rush you through. So in order to get the things that you could have got, by just messing around with a small part of the game, you've now got to mess around with a lot of the game to get. Because a lot of these open world stuff, sandbox types, I just like, sitting at the basic level for ages, just building up, and like I'm doing here with the week, just building up and, then just exploding, and being able to do everything, and, by then I've got a good bit of XP, or, I've skilled up in certain things just by doing the basics. I'm going to hit a limit, but I'm not bothered about that. But when I do want to push through, I have then got all this, I've got the stuff I need, or I've got the foundation I need to push through, instead of having to push through, with minimal. So you're always chasing stuff to get to, just to move on a little bit. And you can't sit there and build up stocks. I mean, well, you can, but it's just, as I say, it's hard to describe how it feels to me. But it's just...
No, yeah.
It's like the changes they made in WoW, where WoW was, you'd build up your skills and you'd get so far and you'd explore. It was worth exploring places in WoW. And then later on, it is just literally, now we just want to rush you through to the end of the expansion. It's making the end game people happy. So people who always want to get to end game, and it's like they turn around and just end up trying to satisfy those. And it's a case of, it took me absolutely freaking ages to get to, level 60 in the original WoW. There was just me and Chewie, just the two of us. We weren't in a guild. We didn't join parties. It's all like two of us trying to do Scholarmance at level 60, so I could get my nice horse and stuff like that. And it took us ages to do it until I realised that I needed to use. Because I looked it up, because it's sort of like we're just getting tanked at the end trying to do it, and it's like, I've got to use the blessings or whichever, at certain points. But it was hard for two of us to do. But enjoyed that. We enjoyed exploring, and as I say, later on, it just got literally to you know, rush to level cap, then grind, rush to level cap, then grind, rush to level cap, then grind. So you didn't enjoy the game. It was just, you know, rush to level cap and grind. It took so much out of it. I mean, I've got classic and, you know, playing through that, but they keep doing the freaking updates to classic. What we want is we just want Burning Crusade classic. Leave it locked as that, because a lot of the bugs were fixed. You know, there were some nice tweaks in there. Yeah,
What?
and it was really good at that point.
Well, what was so good about the Burning Crusade?
Because you got flying.
Right.
Yeah, so in the you know, the different map, you could fly, you know, after a certain point. But it still had all the original mechanics. So you train different skills up to improve your damage and stuff like that. And then they got rid of that completely. And that sucked because you used to go up against mobs that could disarm you, so they could take your weapon off you. And as a blacksmith, I was making, you know, stuff to add on to the weapons that would stop them doing that, so you could make a chain that would stop you getting disarmed. But if you did get disarmed, you'd build up your, unarmed combat against training dummies, or just fighting mobs without a weapon. So you could still do a little bit damaged in those 3 seconds while you were disarmed. You know, it had a lot of, you know, nice classic stuff in there. As I say, it's just when, you know, they make all the mechanical changes for people who just want to chase any game. It's alright.
What, chasing game in classic?
Well, no, as the expansions came out, I mean, it pretty much really started with, what was it, Mists of Pandaria. And it wasn't about, let's explore this new land, let's go through, let's do, you know, do all this. It was just, you know, it kind of started off with Mist and Pandaria, but the one after, not the one after it, I don't think. But yeah, there's, I can't remember which expansion it was now. But instead of letting you explore the land and find stuff, it was just, oh, you've done these 2 quests, now go see this guy and do these 2 quests, and then go see this guy. And it was just, you know, running along the map, and, you know, then they did the stuff where, you know, everything leveled up to your, you know, everything matched to your level, whatever you were fighting. So everything scaled up with you. And it's all like, no, I really hate that, because it's all like, there's nothing more fun than, you know, hitting the level cap and then going back to an older place, which was, you know, in the previous, and just, you know, walking across the continent as a god, one hitting everything.
Yeah, I actually hate things where it like matches your level. It just feels like there's zero progression.
Yeah, because it's sort of like, well, what am I doing? Why am I getting more powerful weapons? Why am I leveling my character? Why am I improving my armor when it is just going to scale the freaking mobs to match the level I've got to?
Yeah, literally. There is no point.
Yeah.
I'm just as powerful as at level 1 as I am at level 50. It's stupid.
Yeah, so, I mean, it works well in some games, you know, because they do have a bit of variance. But it's all like, you know, exploring in, you know, early WoW, you know, when there really was, you know, high level stuff. I mean, I know they've still got a bit of that, but, you know, as a, you know, level 12 or 13, and you're, you know, running through the wetlands to get to Menethil Harbour. And it really was a scary run, because, you know, if one of the crocodiles got you sent, you know, you could end up dying, you know, with one hit. It was literally, you know, you did crap yourself. Even if you're sticking to paths which was supposed to be relatively safe, you'd crap yourself. You know, it was it was enjoyable. It made it fun, but going back to when you hit level cap, hitting level 60 and going back to dungeons. I'm running through, sort of like level 60 as a paladin, and then you just pretty much run through the entirety of the dead mines, dragging everything, and then just hit consecration. Boom! Everything's dead in one go.
That I have no idea what that is.
Well, you get dungeons in RPGs where
Yeah.
the mobs are a bit tougher and stuff like that. So you go through, but this was level 16 to 20 or something. The mobs in there, and you're going through as a level 60. And consecration was just this area of effects, a flame.
Oh yeah.
And you'd literally kill everything. Doing Scarlet Monastery with that as well, because it was particularly effective against the undead. They had a graveyard there. So just run around the graveyard, drag everything, boom, everything's dead. It's like, I'm a complete god at this game, type of stuff. It was just awesome. And the only downside to that was in the earlier games, you didn't loot everything at once, which you can do. The expansions, and it was just you had to loot everything individually.
Oh my god.
But it was still fun.
Yeah, I do miss playing the MMO.
It's as I say, it's just running through a map as a god. Even when you've got passive stuff on you that kills things as they try and hit you, and you just keep running, cackling away to yourself. There's just so much fun in that thing, and get lost in.
Yeah.
I played a hell of a lot of that game.
It's a shame when games like that, when it happens to your games.
As I say, it turned it into, run towards the end and do the raids and stuff like that. Who's first to do this? Who's first to do this raid? And it was just that's all they concentrated on. Which was a bit weird because those are the types of people who blast through that stuff so quick. They're only paying for it 1 month's subscription, doing it all and then just waiting for the next update.
Yeah.
Whereas, we were the people who had a recurring subscription and just kept going back because we just enjoyed playing it and playing it together and just doing stuff. And you see what I mean? It's literally this case of you literally turned away the people who kept a continuous subscription. I mean, freaking hell. I got the 10th anniversary statue out because from day one up to the 10th anniversary, a continuous subscription.
I don't know if you've heard of the Yogscast, but I listened to the podcast and they talk all about WoW and they basically have the same issues. They barely play it anymore. But they were like the OGs, like they had like their own like thing and everything, and it just.
I was playing from the first beta before it came out.
What even made you pick it up in the first place?
Oh, because I loved World of Warcraft, the real-time strategy games. Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne, Oh,
but isn't WoW like a completely different game then? Isn't WoW then a completely different game?
Yeah, it's a completely different type of game, but in Warcraft 3, so Warcraft and Warcraft 2, they were just real-time strategy games. But in Warcraft 3, you had characters in it, and it was sort of like a little bit RPG-ish. You'd get, stuff for them, and they'd level up and get more powers and more powerful powers. So certain heroes, that'd be a lot more powerful. And so that little RPG, and it was just again the setting, the world where it was set was just enjoyable, and they did a really good job of filling it with lore.
And now look at him. That used to be Prime Blizzard.
I mean, they've started to claw one or two things back, but
What, like?
Some of the mechanics have improved. It's not too bad. You can have a bit of fun with it, but it's still. I still prefer classic. There was a sense of achievement in classic. It's like as a blacksmith building my first silver breastplate.
Yeah, I yeah.
Me and Chew, we played for hours just to grind, get the materials I needed to make a Zuto silver breastplate.
Is that back in prime Skype days?
Oh yeah.
Bloody, I remember Skype.
Yeah, but it's but as I say, it was an achievement because we worked together to do that, and we were good at that game. We spent a long time in that game. So as well, when they introduced the race to MCAP then grind, it's all like it started becoming a chore playing the game. And it's all like the last thing I do when I finish work and get home is for entertainment. Just go do more bloody mind-numbing repetitive tasks with no involvement. Why would I do that for entertainment?
Yeah, it feels a bit
As
like
he does the exact same thing in Schedule 1 again and again and again.
no. To be fair, like I felt the same way about uh Final Fantasy MMA.
You got so far and you just go, meh?
It just kept going, and like it felt like a chore, and it was like a story after story, and then some of the stories were a bit boring. Like it was like go and talk to this person, and I was like, I just want something to do. Like I don't mind a quest taking like 2 hours if I'm out doing stuff, but a lot of it was like a lot of fetch quests, and then like I didn't like the level caps. Like I would have liked if I could just mess around and just end up in a crazy level and then go off and do then the story, because I'd probably just like bang out a bunch of like raids until I'm like over leveled as hell, and then breeze through the main story.
Yeah,
That's
that's
But you can't do that though.
well, that's it as well. It's all like another thing I did with WoW Classic and doesn't really work in modern WoW. I mean, you still can do it to a degree, but it's especially when you start off a new character and you're very low level. So you start off in Northshire and it's literally kill some wolves and kill some kobolds, and doing that gets you, to level 2. But it's all like, well, no, I'm going to keep killing these for a while and get to level 3. Just get that, edge and just keep it going. So instead of leaving Northshire at, if you do the absolute bare minimum at say, level just as you're turning level 6, doing that means that you're, leaving there at level 7. So when you get to Goldshire, which is the next stage, you got that tiny little bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
As I say, it's whenever you do the quest, kill 8 of these, and it's a case of, well, I'm going to kill a few more because they're at my level generally, so I'm getting a decent amount of XP for them. And it's taken me 5 seconds to beat them, where else if it had been a lower level it'd be 10 seconds to beat them. So it's all like
And
saves a bit of
I'm
time.
I'm not a fan either of your your equipment being more important than your level. Do you know?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Or like, great, you're level 80, but your equipment sucks, so you suck. Like I much prefer if it's either like your level's more important, you're equal. Like if I had a bow that I really liked, it wouldn't be as important. Whereas like you kind of have to level up your equipment if you don't want to be an absolute slog.
Well, again, that balance wasn't too bad in early WoW. You know, you could keep stuff on that was, you know, 2 or 3 levels, you know, lower, or, you know, even, well, depends up to about level 16, 17. You know, you could still have level 9 and level 10 stuff on. You know, because you just literally hadn't found anything to replace it, and you had no money to replace it. You know, you could be at that point. But yeah, as I say, it's you know, within your where it scales, you probably could be running around butt naked and get away with it.
I'm not a fan. Like I'm someone who loves stuff for looking aesthetic. Like, and I know you can do that in FFO or the flipping glam gems over the hell, but that's just so like, I don't really know what's going on. You have to like, I'm just too hard.
Yeah, so it's all right, you know, when it was okay with the you know, some of the earlier expansions in WoW where you know you'd go and it's sort of like you'd get a green in the new one and it'd be maybe just not the, you know, up to the blue of the, you know, that you had from the old, you know, the previous levels, previous expansion or whatever. But it's all like when, you know, when I was playing it, you know, the modern one getting back into that.
That was another thing as well. Is every time I got something good, I knew it didn't matter because when I got on the new DLC, whatever the first thing I'll get will be better.
Oh yeah.
So like while you're playing catch up, like it didn't matter what I had because I was like, well, I will find something stronger no matter what.
Yeah, with WoW, you know, later on the later expansions is the first thing that, you know, it's all like, whenever you have to get legendary weapons and expansions, and it was just, you know, the amount of work you had to go through to get that level weapon, you know, or weapon leveled up, and, you know, to its peak, you know, was a lot of work, and is literally the first freaking weapon you pick up in the expansion embarrasses it. It's all like, what's the point?
Yes, you could get these. You could go on these super quests to get these super OP weapons, but only for that expansion. Because then they release the same kind of weapons we have to do in similar quests, which will be stronger. So then you're thinking, what? There's no point doing that when I'm playing catch up. And then that's the thing as well. You're playing catch up because you're thinking,
Yeah, you do all that work to get a legendary status on your weapon.
And it takes. This is the issue with MMOs. It takes up so much of your time.
Oh,
Like
so you're just grinding for no reason because. Yeah, I never liked doing it. Dungeons are a big thing about it. I just like exploring and, you know, doing stuff.
But you had to do raids to continue the story, so you're waiting like 15 minutes to get a party, and the raid was taking like an hour.
You know, you had to do dungeons. You didn't have to do well. Oh no, there was 1 or 2 maybe. I think in Final Fantasy that you had to do.
But well, no, like that's the thing. Like, I got quite deep into DLC, and it ended up being a regular occurrence. Like you ended up, there was just so many.
I mean, the good thing they did with that was later on, you could take your, well, you could go in with a party of NPCs So you choose from, the characters in what is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you could. You didn't have to go in with real people.
Yeah, but I think
But that,
again that's with WoW it was Mr. Pandaria, where you had to do a dungeon to continue, and it's sort of like I don't want to do that because there's not enough of us to do it, get it done as we are, and pick up groups, and WoW it was just full of just bullshit people.
oh my God, Lee Rivers running. Apparently, that's one of the rarest things to see.
What?
Like one of your dealers sprinting. He's sprinting in the rain.
That's really.
Yeah, it's not only is it raining, which is where Lee Rivers is sprinting. I don't believe it. To be fair, like I actually think that was one of the only good things in Final Fantasy was like how easy it was to just join a party. And nobody was like a knob. Everyone was there just to get it done. Like there was no like, everyone was like, yeah, we gotta do this story. Let's get it done. Let's move on.
Yeah, where in WoW is literally. I don't like the pauldrons you wear in there, so we're going to put it on the party.
At least, to be fair, if it wasn't for WoW, we wouldn't have got Leroy Jenkins.
No.
So, depends how you look at it.
And you wouldn't have got me, just tearing the hair out at a certain 6-year-old because they thought it was more fun to run around the elf starting area as a freaking wisp. Died straight away. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about me. That being a wisp is sick. Wait, why even were you like? Didn't I head out really far in the ocean and bug out the character?
No, you've literally gone out of the starting area. I think it was the second mob that you found killed you. And then you go, what am I? And you've got like that now. You've got to go back to the graveyard and resurrect them. And you just ran around the freaking starting area as a wiggling.
Good memes. That's how you play the game. Where the hell is Fiona? Yeah, no, like, I do always think about getting back into FF5, but then I just think, like, you have to just be ready to that's the only thing you play.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We've got to take it. And, you could join me in Classic there.
How much is it?
It's about the same a month, £9 a month.
What characters can you have?
Well, it's just like it was when you said it was a kid, you can fucking pick night off and run around and King Wisp and never get him. I'm supposed to be one of them. Well, next time you're around, I'll show you the options because I think there's 2 classic options and there's modern one, but stick to classic. There's classic, and then we're doing the same fucking expansions again and again for some reason, and taking it past the point people where they wanted freaking classic. No, but you have to literally run everywhere until you're level 40.
Oh my god. To be fair, it's the same with F. Can you like teleport?
No, there's flight points there, so you can fly back.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's happened again, but I've got a message here.
What's it saying?
It's saying fatal error in GC. And then it says virtual alert remapping failed.
Take a picture with your phone and send me it on WhatsApp.
Alright.
What the hell is that? When you get restarted, I'll let you know.
Alright.
I mean, that's a memory issue. But you've got 32 gig of RAM in there, don't you?
It says 24 available there.
Yeah,
And it hasn't maxed on. Oh yeah, 32 gig it says, and it.
yeah, you've got 32 gig of memory in there, and it's good memory. You know, even though it's it's DDR4, it's still good memory. I wouldn't have bought you crap. And you don't have a page file, but then again, I don't have a page file because it's all like. Page file is well, yeah, it's part of the system and it is beneficial, but like me, if you play stuff like Fallout with a lot of mods, and I do just use some settlements, it's just awful because every time a mod updates, you just end up with a crash machine because the stuff that's still stuck in virtual memory from the previous mod, the previous version of the mod, and it's just complex and causes more and more crashes. And as I say, ever since I got rid of my page file, no problem. But I mean, you're even running this, you're probably going to be only using about 30% of your memory, your system memory. I doubt you're out of GPU memory because one, it will share some memory with the system, and two, how much you got in that card? If you bring up Task Manager again and have a look at your GPU, it should tell you your memory that you've got in there as well.
12 gig.
12 gig.
Dedicated and shared is 16.
So you got 12 gig, and how much of that memory is it using while your game's playing?
I haven't looked.
Have a look at that when you're playing. I mean, to be honest, I don't think this game should be pushing it up. Let's have a look, see how much mine's using. Yeah, but the GPU I've got is... it's got 20 gig of memory. So I'm using 8 gig GPU memory. And just barely over 30% utilization on the GPU. But my temperature's 52.
It only does it with this game.
Yeah, and it's a bit silly that You're definitely not running out of, system memory. You shouldn't be running out of GPU memory either.
It never happened before either. It
Yeah.
was a certain point where it started to happen.
So basically, it's saying it failed to allocate virtual memory. Which virtual memory is just a page file, which is just a flat file on your hard disk, or your disk drive. And it's just literally, it's to offload in-memory instructions that aren't likely to change to disk, so it frees up your physical memory, your RAM.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's for. But you shouldn't be hitting anywhere near your RAM capacity. You know what I mean? Oh no, you are. Fuck me. Excuse my French, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I never looked at that before. No, this game does use a crap load of memory.
Oh, really?
A stupid amount. Right. I have 64 gig of RAM.
Yeah. How much is it using?
Is using 33% of that. Yeah, 20 gig of RAM. There's no way.
Do you think it's like hitting the max in some points and crashing it?
So your physical RAM is hitting the max at some point. It's just loading stuff up. It's not offloaded. And this is where optimization comes in. Wow. So I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just stuck looking at this laundry screen,
Well, I'll restart real quick.
Resource model. That is insane. Yeah, it's using 23 gig a month. It definitely needs optimizing because that is just insane.
Say that again?
It needs optimizing because that's insane.
I guess at least you know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Well, generally, I'd obviously know that.
I mean, you probably have to put back the page file, but the thing is, if it's doing that and it's using that much, it's going to be absolutely hammering the read write, and it'll reduce the life of your.
What, SSD?
Yeah.
Christ. Do you reckon I should move it off?
Well, not going to be able to do anything to optimise it. You can try and do workarounds. But yeah, it's just one big fat memory leak. It's not releasing the memory it's using. I mean, I'm okay because I've got a massive amount of capacity, large amount of capacity. I've got 64
Yeah.
so I've got plenty, spare memory. Well, not plenty, not playing this game. I mean, how big is the game?
It's not that big.
And the install is 7 gig.
Yeah, like it's, but it's not a big game at all.
It's using the Unity engine.
Yeah.
Oh God, so it's using Unity and it's not optimized. So that's really disappointing. Because literally the fix is to restart the game every 1 or 2 hours. So literally, your fix would be quitting the game every hour. Or,
So that's what's happening is it's just filling up and then it's crashing.
yeah, so it's using all your memory, and so it is trying to dump some of it to a page file. But that's absolutely insane. So that's an insane amount of memory to be using. Get the hell out of my face, will you? Oh crap, what time is it? Oh no. It's gone past curfew while I was doing all that. I'm gonna have to risk it.
Oh my god. I don't know. Should I join back in?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll wait till you're back in before I get back. That is an absolutely stupidly insane amount of memory.
So do you reckon I can put all those settings back on then for graphics?
No, it's just going to make it quite... Well, yeah, you can turn the graphics stuff back on. I don't think that's going to really affect it. But yeah, the optimization of memory leak is just absolutely insane. Insane. I mean, as I say, we can try restoring your page file. But I'm thinking if it's a memory leak, if it's going to be dumping that much and caching that much in your page file, and as I say, the reason I got more, got a big amount of memory when I upgraded was so I could, do stuff like turn off the page file. So I'm not having all that read-write activity, on the NVMe drive. Because, the read and writes, it does impact the life of it.
I'm sleeping, by the way. I'm back in bed.
It was to avoid that. So it's sort of like no one likes having to clone the freaking drive and replace it. Sometimes you do it as a necessity, but I've got my operating system on one NVMe drive, which is Samsung. It works fine on that, and the games I've got on other NVMe drives. Much faster ones, Gen 4, PCI Gen 4s.
Yeah.
And it works nice. It works well that way. I've always had separate operating system disks to game disks, never kept them on the same disk. But as I say, it's sort of like, it's my system disk, so I want to reduce the wear and tear in it as much as possible. But yeah, honestly, man, that is a insane
I
amount.
don't,
Never mind extra features. Fix that.
I reckon there's a way you could contact,
Hmm?
I reckon there's a way to contact him,
I had a look for Schedule 1 memory usage. I think they know. I think they damn well know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you Google Schedule 1 memory usage, there's just pages and pages of it.
Hopefully this new guy then will sort it then. Now they've built up the team.
Hmm.
He might just be like to the guy. Well, he did say that there's going to be no updates because he's going to be teaching them all about the code and the spaghetti codes. So potentially he might then be optimizing it.
Hopefully, yeah, because it's like instruction set after instruction set isn't being unloaded. It's like freaking Tomcat.
Do that.
The server admin Tomcat's the biggest pain in your ass.
Why?
Because people use it for open source. It's open source, so people use it for web-based applications. There's a lot of web retail systems that run on it. And it is just crap because they don't know. So they know how to produce it, on Tomcat and Apache. So Apache's the web server and Tomcat's the back end. And, so they know how to make the stuff that it runs on it. But they don't know how to optimize it. They don't know how to run. It's not so much so bad in the later versions, but the earlier versions, if you didn't set your memory use correctly, they wouldn't renew, they wouldn't refresh. So it's sort of like, when it comes to memory heap size, they'll go, well, if you've got 4 gig of system RAM, then you give the memory heap 2 gig, and it's sort of like, that means you're going to give 2 gig per session. The system's going to crash after 10 minutes. Two people will start sessions and it'll kill the freaking server. Instead of doing small memory heaps for each freaking session. So I do 256 meg, enough to hold a couple of web pages for that person's session. Stuff like that. It was just the optimization over that way. And I had it last place, and it was a vendor on an international site. And they had some stores and used a point of sale that ran Apache and Tomcat. And it was always crashing out at the same point. And the version of Tomcat we were using had a frigging particular bug in it that caused this. So it was about, and they wouldn't update freaking Tomcat, so it was out of date. It was very insecure. And this is a point of sale system. So a point of sale is like a till.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was a web-based till system.
And it wasn't working at all.
Well, no, it was running on an old version, and so they'd upload, everything at end of day and all the transactions and stuff like that. So there was financial transaction information going through it. But it was massively insecure at that point. There were so many bugs in it on that version. So it was really challenging just to get them to actually, because they wouldn't admit to it. If you admit to something, they've got to do the work. And it's like I had to deal with enough crap running an Apache Tomcat. Apache wasn't that bad. It was freaking Tomcat every time that was the issue. So, I'd been dealing with it enough going, well, no, it's out of date. This particular bug causes the issue. And you've not optimized the memory, and it's all like, it's not down to me, the freaking server admin, to tell you how to do the optimizations in Tomcat. It's up to you Because
Yeah.
they'd always go on memory, and the site would be going, oh well, we need more memory in the server, and I'm going, no, you don't need more memory in the server. They just need to sort out the memory allocation in their freaking Tomcat setup. They need to tell us the specific, memory, and they wouldn't, because they'd just go, oh, it needs this much, and it was just, as I say, it was just backwards and forwards, and it's all like, they make the freaking software, they built it, and there's me, jack of all trades, server admin, having to tell them how to that they need to sort out the configuration of their product in order for it to run. And eventually it got to the point where they actually listened to me. And guess what? They had a much better product at the end of the day because they knew how it freaking worked.
It just took a long while to get through.
They literally just had to Google a few things and sort it out, and then they go, oh yeah, this works much better if you change this, set this value and do this. And yeah, we stopped getting crashes then. No one was asking me for memory for the servers.
That's the thing, like...
Because I could have put a ton of memory in those servers, and because of the way that they'd configured it, and Tomcat was configured, it would never be enough. Because the sessions that it created were never dropped. Ever dropped. So every time a session was created, so that was by a store calling back to that server at the end of the day doing its processes. So you could have a session from 6 months ago that hadn't been dropped even though it had been completed in 5 minutes. So it was always just building up this memory usage until it hit the maximum amount of memory on the server. And that was it. Boom, servers crashed. But yeah, it's... You'll find that as a server admin, is that the people selling their specialised software for their specialised tasks didn't know how a freaking server worked, didn't know how computers worked.
I feel like that's just the way with most places. Like having the head of something, just not have a clue.
No,
But they're only there because,
Yeah, but then again, I've worked with suppliers who've been absolutely brilliant. There was one supplier, they made a product, we were, reviewing it, going, well, we think we'd go that way, but, we're an Azure house, and, the company isn't happy with your storage method. They just don't, they don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. I understand it, and I understand, how you're doing what you're doing. But what we want is a backup solution. And their backup solution was literally to download everything off of their cloud service every single day. And
really?
my response to that was, because this is it, the people who set up the company, they were off doing, they were very senior and off doing other things, other companies, who's, just doing other bits. And so, they'd left them to it, and as I said, the solution for us being able to back up this, the data on this cloud service, because they just do snapshots, which we retain for so many days, but we were going, well, no, we need, proper historical backups on this, so we're not expecting you to do it, but we'd like to be able to get a backup solution maybe, and work it out that way. And as I say, because the point is, if we're going to download it every night, well, I may as well just buy. If I've got to buy server storage, in order to do the backups, I may as well keep it in house. The whole point was taking it out of, house, because it was just sort of like, it reduces the maintenance and the equipment requirement and stuff like that. And because it was, what is it for, design stuff, so basically for a Mac farm, it was just, much easier to give the Mac users something they were a bit more familiar with, even though it's exactly the freaking same.
Ye-
basically.
yeah.
Even if it's on Windows storage, it's just storage, mate. But yeah, as I say, Mac users special needs and all
Oh yeah, they
that.
are like illiterate with technology.
Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah. I mean, as I say, a previous one where it's sort of like, yeah, I've put this Mac department's storage on Windows because the other Mac department was having a strop about this Mac department using their storage, and then, you know, after you eventually put it all on Windows storage, there were, you know, the snotty Mac department that kept all their Mac storage were really pissed off because the other Mac department was now running a hell of a lot faster and better. But yeah, so but then again, you know, I digress. But going back to this company, you know,
Okay.
the solution, you know, the backup solution was stupid, and I'm going, look, this is what we want to do. So, you know, we'll do this and this. So we basically, we build an Azure machine that will connect to their service, and then it would run, scripts to copy from their service to a storage blob in the cloud. So we'd have this, this storage block, and it was, from the storage we were using, it wasn't that expensive. And then, we could recover it to local devices and upload it back into the service if there was ever an issue. So it's all like we had their snapshots, then we had our backup service storing it, in the blob. But, they didn't have any support for that at the time. But then, the guy who, started the company, he'd moved to Australia by this point. So we're jumping on a call with him, and, I'm talking through it with him, and he's going, oh yeah, and he says, well, I'm playing with Azure anyway, so, give me it. And, pretty much within 24 hours, he'd sent me these scripts that we could run on our, Azure server, which would, do the connection, the collection, and the transfer. And it was just fantastic. And he's going, well, yeah, because now we've got an additional selling point to our product by doing this. And I think he was a bit aghast at his guys and just thought, well, this is a value add to our product, because it no longer it doesn't mean it's platform agnostic. Because they were storing it on one type of cloud storage, which wasn't Azure, and their archiving and stuff we didn't I didn't like at all. It was just a bit meh. But as I say, but that was it. Then you do occasionally get companies who are fantastic to work with, and they were really good at that. And so we provided an end-to-end solution that made everyone happy, gave the vendor a value add to their product, and then there were still stroppy twats about it and didn't implement it.
Well, I mean, you can't have everything.
Oh no, honestly, just don't work with Mac users.
Oh no, yeah, they just like, they are technologically illiterate.
As I say, there's I mean, basically the only reason that Mac users use Macs, especially in design and stuff like that, is because when they do those courses at university, or at college, they're taught on Macs.
They need a Mac.
No, they're taught on them, so they know the shortcuts on them, and it's all like there's hardly any difference. There's pretty much zero difference at all between this and that. They'd go on about, oh, the monitors are so good. The monitors are so good, and it's a case of we could get you these monitors which were twice as good and half the price.
But they won't be
I think at the time, there were some brilliant LG monitors which had built-in calibration, color calibration. Whereas you buy a Mac monitor, it doesn't have that. And because you're doing print design and stuff like that, you need that calibration. You need that color to be it, because there's no point seeing a color on your screen and that's not the actual color. You know, all very complicated kind of.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know,
They,
the thing is that there were a couple of other Mac users who weren't fully in the design that do a lot of internal stuff, and they'd take this kit, these monitors and stuff like that, and they were going, "Oh, it's fantastic, it's brilliant. I'm never going back to a Mac monitor, you know, an Apple monitor ever again." You know, it's all like, "Oh, I'm a Mac boy through and through," but when it comes to monitor, it's all like, "No, I'm not buying that crap. I'm not paying £5 to Apple for a freaking monitor when I can give £1 to LG and have something that just destroys it."
oh yeah, Apple is just so overpriced. Have you seen the Apple stand? I don't even know what it was. It was like a stand, and it was like insanely expensive.
Yeah, you buy the screen and you have to buy a stand for the screen. It doesn't come with it, and you're paying thousands of pounds for the screen.
Literally.
It's not like give me the stand. You know, as well. It's again, Apple. It's about locking and um, basically, you know, it's a lifestyle thing. People think they are better than you if they have an iPhone than if you have an Android. And as you can confirm, that Pixel that you've got is a great phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my mates converted
From what
from an iPhone
to what?
to a Samsung.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Do you know what? That is Dumb and Dumber.
But he was like, he's never going back, and he used to give me poo about it as well at uni, and now it's quite funny to hear the way he talks about it. Is like, yeah,
Well,
it, it,
think of
it's
it
so
this way: if you're wanting to move from Apple to Android, you do not get a Samsung ever, because a Samsung isn't Android. A Samsung is One UI. So basically, it's Android guts, but it's Samsung cack on top. If you wanna try moving from Apple to Android, get a Pixel. That's it. Don't get a
well,
Samsung. Get a freaking Pixel.
I said that, but he wanted to get a Samsung.
Yeah, as I say, you know, a Pixel it is Android in its purest form, and you know, the only reason I don't get a Pixel is because it doesn't have an expansion slot and it doesn't have a headphone port.
Yeah, that is. Most of mine are Bluetooth anyway, so.
Yeah, but I've got really nice headphones with a cable.
Are they not Bluetooth as well?
Oh yeah, the Bluetooth as well, but you know the XMs are just bloody good headphones. I'm going to get another drink. Back in a second.
Alright. I'll tell you one thing as well. Is I'm sleeping whenever you're ready.
Oh,
Is I moved my gameplay onto my second monitor because I thought maybe it was like I thought it was the Elgato messing it up. So I'm glad that it isn't. I can move it back onto the main one, and my God, is it so much smoother and nicer. It's like a different game.
I mean, the other thing about Bluetooth is that, so do you know how I rip everything to FLAC? You know, which is good quality audio. You know, for a compressed audio file.
Yeah.
Well, Bluetooth, because it's quite a nice band, uses compression.
Would you be able to quickly come over and do this deal? I cannot give any product to this person. So I was hoping if you could quickly come and call Fiona. Is that the graveyard? Oh. No, they're just stuck there. So whenever I do a deal with them, like they're not leaving it. It will let me pick them. I don't know if you could speak to them.
So I'm just looking for it, but I don't have them stuck in.
No, like just can you E and see if like you can talk to them. If not, then it's just bug.
Oh, it might be because you bugged out.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know there was a graveyard.
Yeah, it's right over by the barn. If you come to the barn, I'll show you.
I'm in the wrong place.
Or come actually to Handy Hawks.
What?
Like Handy Hawks?
Handy Hanks.
Yeah. Come over this way. Hold on, just quickly doing these deals. So.
I can't talk to her or anything.
Man.
She's got her eyes closed as well.
For me, they're open. But I guess, like, yeah, well, we're gonna have to just wait till.
I mean, she turns and looks at me, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with her. Oh, now I can.
Oh!
Hey!
How did you do that?
Punched her.
Ah. Nice. What if I give her a block? Oh my God, she's bought a block of $3,000 and she's just disappeared. Just. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. If you have a problem with your woman, hit her.
Well, it's also an old techie thing called progressive maintenance.
Or just hit women. Solution.
I didn't do a drying, did I? I thought it was going to be the long waiting for it. Get that done, get some more money in the bank.
Underrated.
Hosted by people wanting to buy stuff off of me. Go away. I don't have anything on me. Seeing how much we've got in the bank.
Yeah, it's a good amount. I reckon we got to get some sports cars.
No. I mean, well, you can, but you get a sports car to drive 3 yards to a freaking roadblock.
Yeah, it's just a status. It's just a status thing.
as I say, that was
Now they change.
no, but I've literally done all the laundry and I haven't come across with it.
Yeah, the in the mornings it's by the factory the other way, and then there's I have no idea what these ones are.
It's probably faster just to unplug and skateboard.
Don't be silly. We desperately need some vehicles, some whips. Imagine riding one in the G-Wagon. No. You'd look rich.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would. We're in a G-Wagon.
It's the kind of thing that football is about. So
Footballers look rich, is what they look like.
no, they look like people who are more money themselves.
Yeah, rich.
And their driving skills usually prove that fairly quickly.
Yeah, but do you know what they are?
What?
Say it with me now. Rich.
No, they're not rich, they just have a lot of money.
I think that means they're rich.
No, it just means they have a lot of money.
And what do rich people have?
Value.
They have a lot of money.
They might have a lot of money, but what makes them rich is the value that they have. Come to the warehouse and get present first.
What is it?
Surprise. It's a nice surprise.
I'm coming. It'll be a lot quicker without a car.
What's going on about?
Just saying. Oh. When did you get this?
Just now. Enjoy. You crashed it straight away.
Oh yeah, watch this, watch this, watch this. It doesn't look like it's yellow.
You know, it's a blue. Well, you can go very far.
Yeah, well. Do you know how big?
Come on, let's go. Let's go cruising.
Alright. Yeah. This is cooking it. Colour is there. Oh, you have to get out, Pran. What colour you saying?
You pick for a car.
Where's first stop? Have we done the money laundering for the day?
Yeah.
Nah, just choosing.
Go through some checks.
Oh, Irene's too old for us. But this is training.
You just purposely running over
She hit the drive-through. Where is it?
Hey baby, you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in the overcoat?
Honk honk. Honk honk. Give him the back. Alright, alright, alright.
This is why we can't have nice things.
How's this happen then? This isn't really my fault.
You drove down the stairs.
Yeah, but there's a lamppost in the way. That's the issue. I reckon I might like gyrate back up the stairs to get out of it.
Yeah, I'm pushing
What
it
the
back
hell?
up somehow. You move around on the windscreen, it pushes it back. Oh, there we go.
What? Do you wanna give it a little spin? She's nice, innit? This is what we work hard for, the nice things.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I didn't think you could do that. Oh,
oh.
what is that on the handbrake?
Goes back. Oh, it doesn't like that brake.
No, what the? What's that doing on the floor? Skirt. Oh, you came to check out the graffiti. You missed it. Oh. I thought we were going to be seen on True Crimes. You missed another bit of my graffiti there. Why did you check out the Willy elephant?
I've seen it.
We can check it out again. Yeah, some decent pace in this thing. Yeah, Walker, so I'll get you some drugs.
Are you getting drugs on it?
Yeah. I got a lot of drugs on me actually. Wait, hold on. Let me split it up so it's easy to hide. Wait. There we go. Right, so you have to stop at the thing. Otherwise they'll come after you, like... Yeah, and then they'll come search.
Are you searching?
Like... No, pull up, right, yeah, stop. Oh, I think we have to get out. Or maybe you get out? Usually they like... They'll like search you in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then the barriers will come down. Oh, I'm getting searched. Nice, got the fleet. Good investment, right?
Oh, it's your car, so you start it. What is it? Emotion?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it for a spin tomorrow.
No, you're not. I do your handbrake.
I'm literally be so good at sim drifting. I don't even think that
So
did even make.
basically, I can drift better on Schedule 1 than I can on Forza with the steering wheel.
No, to be fair, like you were saying that I've seen some feedback about a lot of people struggling with it, the steering.
Is it?
Let's say feedback on TikTok, people complaining.
As I say, it's the way it just snaps.
One of them ones.
Yeah, as I say, I've had loads of stuff like that on Forza Motorsport, where I've been able to recover it. Yeah, okay, there's times where I haven't been able to recover it, but it's all like with the same setup, I can recover it. But on this, it's all like they might say, well, it's down because you haven't upgraded it and you've got road tyres on and stuff like that. But it's all like no, it literally is the type of thing where your response seems to be delayed. It's sort of like, oh, I'm going to start, losing grip and sliding out, but I'm not going to accept input for a second, so you're never going to recover.
Oh, that is weird. Generally, there's no issues on like control. I guess it is made for controller, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made for Xbox, so yeah, controller is king. But that's what I mean. Is sort of like you can go, full lock on a controller with a centimetre of movement.
Yeah.
You can't go full lock on a steering wheel with a centimetre of movement. And the thing is yeah, you could probably increase the sensitivity, but I think that or reduce the amount of turn, but it's then you're back to using the freaking Wii controller with the plastic steering wheel thing. It's all like
Yeah.
you really need to have the motorsport guys get that shit sorted out.
Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? Like you don't want to drive a little bit, like turn the wheel a little bit to lock it. So that'd be weird. Damn. These weeks just go by quick, innit?
What, in real life or in game?
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah.
Life just is coming quick.
Remember how you were in school and a week could last for ages and then a week off would last forever?
Oh, I miss being young.
And now you're working where a week is really fast. A weekend just disappears. It's gone.
Oh
So
yeah.
like you finish work on Friday and then next thing you know, the next day you're back at work. It's all like the next day you're back at work, and then you have a week off from work and that just disappears.
Because one day, like, you got, what is it? You finish on Friday, you're there, you think, woof, thank God that's over. You wake up maybe midday sat, maybe 11ish sat, and you're like, right, relaxing. And then it's Sunday, and you're like, Christ, it's Monday.
Yeah.
And you're like, right, okay.
You know, it's like because during the week, you know, you finish work and you get home, you're doing whatever, you're doing something next week, blah blah blah, and it's like it's 9 o'clock. It's like
Mm-hmm.
what the hell?
Damn straight.
You know, I don't understand how, you know, while I was working, ages ago, it's I would literally get home and then I would be, you know, even using the bus, I'd get home and then by 7 o'clock I'd be on a game and caning it. And now it's sort of like by the time I get everything sorted, it's 9 o'clock and it's like the job doesn't take up that much time. It's like where the hell is this time going?
Where did all the time go? You're starting to fly.
I basically blame it on Dr. Oetker pizzas going crap.
What do you mean?
Dr. Oetker pizzas used to be great. So you'd
Oh
literally
yeah.
get home, throw one in the oven, do your bits, your pizza's ready, you'd eat it, and it's like, yeah, 7 o'clock, game time. Woohoo, let's go.
And let's get to 9.
Yeah. You can't have
Maybe you should try like finding an alternative.
Well, it's sort of like, yeah, I'm making noodles, and it's sort of like, it's 3 minutes to cook the noodles, and yet from start to finish it's 20 minutes, and I don't know how it's getting to 20 minutes from the starting it to, you know, doing it. So I've got to boil the water, you've got to measure water out, got to put the water in the pan, you've got to open the noodles, and you've got to take out all the various sachets, and you put the noodles in the pan, and they do it, and it's all like, well, I don't think 3 minutes is going to quite go, so I do it for a bit longer. Then I add the powder and discard the oil because it's a lot of fat and salt that I can do without. I don't mind not having it in there. But then I go, oh, I want some meat with it as well. So I'll fry up, you know, stir fried, you know, got some stir fried pork or beef strips or, you know, something like that. So I've got to do that and, you know, mix up. And as I say, something that should take a freaking few minutes ends up taking ages. And then you go, right, well, I'll watch something while I'm eating. And then you spend, you know, 20 minutes looking through Netflix or Prime.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I find these days that Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube are so dead.
I know, but the thing is with the Dr. Oetker pizzas, when they're good, you could put the pizza in and use the pizza cooking time as well to look up something to freaking watch. You know, what are the
I always forget. I always sit there and think, oh Christ, I have no idea I haven't loaded anything up.
Yeah. I mean, it's just all like everything is instant on demand, and yet it takes 10 times as long. You know, when you have a row of DVDs, you just go, oh yeah, that one, I'll watch that one again.
Yeah, Cars one.
Yeah. It's that sort of thing. It's just.
Or banger.
And that's definitely why I don't want to do a music streaming thing, because there's just too much stuff.
What do you mean the music?
It's bad enough. Well, one, it's crap quality, and they don't have the one song that tests any service. You know, they go, oh, we're a complete service. You don't have this song, or you're not. So shit.
I reckon Spotify could.
No, we checked. I'm sure we checked, and it doesn't have it.
What song?
Well, you know what song? It's the song we use for everything, to test whether any of these music services are any good.
What is that?
Let's play Scratch and Sniff with Grandpa's butt.
Where actually my phone?
So you can't find it, can you?
Yeah, it's not on there.
Exactly, so Spotify is an absolute priority.
Well, where are you? You know what I mean? Getting in the car, loading up your tunes and going, you know what? Scratch and Sniff and putting that on.
Ultimately, I don't know if I can get the CD. I might have to look on a Discogs, see if I can get it.
It's probably like it doesn't exist. Probably burn it.
Well, it seems they used to sell it in the freaking store.
Yeah, they changed their mind. They burnt every single copy.
Well, no, that's what this use Discogs for. You get stuff that most people don't. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's different. A lot of stuff's on YouTube. Not as much as Prime YouTube. Before, like, Google bought it and ads became generally the forefront.
That's not it. What's on Discogs?
As a police. Police? Coming straight from the underground.
Yeah, there we go. I don't have a CD to say that. I think it's online.
You can only get it on vinyl.
Yeah. And someone's selling a copy for £1,000.
Yeah, I told you, it's like a relic. It doesn't exist anymore, but
Yeah, but there's copies for 30 quid, so yeah.
uh,
But yeah, it's not on CD.
that's expensive.
I'm sure we had it on CD. Odd. Oh well.
Yes, sir.
It's the game to play. Oh, no one's got any money.
Scratch and sniff with grandpa's butt. We
Play
do
it every day.
We sneak up behind him and scratch his butt. Then we run away and say, thank you very much.
See, I mean, it's one of the best songs ever written.
Yeah. But I still know the flipping words to it.
Yeah, I mean, and you haven't played it for your sister yet, have you?
I think I could probably get in trouble.
Why?
Because it's...
Well, when she asks you who the group is, then you go, oh, it's the Footnotes.
Probably play it for her, actually. Yeah. To be fair, I've kind of... It's one of those songs that's went completely off my radar until you mentioned it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, but you just know it's not like, yeah, I'm going to play that for an hour, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, I will. If I don't forget, my memory's so bad.
Well, go into your phone, type it as a note, save that as a picture, and put it on your lock screen.
uh, yeah, right. I might set an alarm actually. I like my lock screen.
So
Tick look.
the one thing I have never ever ever done with a smartphone.
What? Put a lock screen on.
Yeah, put a picture on the lock screen. Never ever done it.
Why?
I don't know. I mean,
Just
I don't even know how to. How the hell would I do it?
so you unlock your phone.
Yeah, I work in IT and I don't know how to put a freaking photo on the lock screen because it's something I've never ever done before.
You should just press and hold on to any of the screen on your home bit, and then it should pop up with like wallpaper.
Oh yeah. Oh. Ain't you intelligent?
Ah, no, there's a lot going on up there. A lot of activity.
Can I find one of the furry monster? I know I've got one in here.
Can I get a? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, puppy. You asked.
I never ever thought that that would come from you. She. Yes, papi, senor.
It's not set it.
Have you done it? Have you done it to your lock or your home?
Lock screen.
Did you save it?
So change wallpaper. My photos. What's the second picture now? Photo. Oh. There we go. Oh, yeah, and his face is inside the clock.
It's pretty cute.
There we go.
So is that the first ever time you've set anything in your wallpaper?
Yep.
How does it feel to lose your virginity?
Meh.
You're supposed to be like ecstatic.
No.
Yeah. You're supposed to be overjoyed.
No.
At least you're gonna skip what all the young people did, where it was like we could change your wallpaper every 5 seconds. I had a wallpaper ages ago, and I started getting. The first time I had like a couple things gave for me, and I was like, "Wow!" And then I changed it, and
What do you mean a couple of things go for you?
like went my way. And then I changed it, and then a couple of things didn't. I was like, "Oh, it's a lucky wallpaper." Then I changed it back, and I was like, "No difference." I was like, "Right, okay." Just the world just balancing stuff out.
Or are you just turning around and going, oh no, my unlucky stuff has now made my lucky stuff unlucky?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, actually, what's happened now is just like made it obsolete. It was Attack on Titan wallpaper, and then changed it to another Attack on Titan wallpaper. And then after that, I was like, right, I'm changing, just change. Just...
Okay, what was the Attack on Titan wallpaper that was lucky?
It was like a dark silhouette of Eren, like looking away from the picture in his in his gear, and then the other one was just basically the same,
It was
similar, but
it was Mikasa hentai, wasn't it? That's when I
no,
started getting unlucky.
no, that's my wall. That's on my wallpaper engine. I tell you what, there was a lot of. Do you know Ciri from Witcher?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, literally nude pictures of her on the wallpaper engine. It's actually nuts.
See again, and you know, being someone who's been through gaming, it's literally a case of you've got the mistress from Dungeon Keeper, and there is nothing for her.
But nobody's like. Think about how big The Witcher 3 is.
I know, but it's probably just as big as Dungeon Keeper was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Witcher 3 was massive. Like, Dungeon Keeper's a niche game. Witcher, like, generally, it was humongous. Everybody
Dungeon
knows
Keeper was not a niche game.
What?
Dungeon Keeper was not a niche game.
It definitely is.
It was Bullfrog. They were one of the biggest companies, game companies in the world.
You go up to a random person and you go, do you know Dungeon Keeper? Huh? Do you know Witcher? Oh, yeah, I love Witcher. You can't play Dungeon Keeper on a console. So you have to understand that it will not be that as big in any capacity. Which isn't an issue. Like, I love High 4 and ain't nobody know what that is. Mate, any plans on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't doing the Bombers from show, I should know what I'd be doing. Probably gym. I guess like I'm going away soon, so like I'm trying to lock in for then. What has I got? Got 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then after that I'm away in America for 2 weeks, and I'm back for a week, and then I'm going to Zante, like the last holiday. So I want to be like, do you know what I mean? Like ready. I don't want America to affect me that much. So I'm probably gonna have to go like swimming and that every day.
That's it. As the hotel got a gym.
Yeah, and it's got a pool.
There you go. You got something to do in the morning.
Nah, they are up early in the mornings. It's in the nights. That's the issue. I'm usually white by night time because we're up so early usually.
No, you got to get there for opening.
Not even that, just like I'm a strong believer is that you don't need to get up at 8 a.m. to do stuff. So I mean, they are literally like, we need to be awake early to fit stuff in. And I guess it's because probably, you know, my sister's young, but I just can't handle it.
See, this is why if you want our holiday, you stay at home.
Yeah, it generally doesn't feel like a holiday when I'm with them. Which is why I stopped going to the cabins and stuff, because for a week. Because I ended up like I didn't have a computer. I ended up tired all the time. Like I was away, like 5 hours away from Leeds. So like people would ask me if I wanted to do stuff, and I'd be like, I'm in this cabin. I was knackered, and then after I had a week off, arguably I was more tired than if I was actually at work. Because I slept in more. Because when I work from home, and it was just like I ain't doing this anymore.
Yeah, because you're not having a break. You're not having a holiday. I mean, no, it's a great adventure, but that's what it is. It's an adventure. It's not a holiday.
I don't.
Unless you're one of those weirdos that literally spends £1,500 to literally sit by a pool.
Oh, yeah. What the actual hell? Like people who go on a cruise and they spend the entire time on the boat, brother.
No, just going on a cruise anyway. It's just not like.
Huh. I don't mind a cruise. I like a cruise. It's interesting when you go different places. But it's the people who will pay for that much money to go on a cruise and literally never leave the boat.
It's a frigging floating petri dish of disease.
I've never caught a disease. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like, oh, yeah, like when I went to Ibiza, the amount of families that were there lounging by the pool, and I'm thinking, you spent premium to stay in the middle of Ibiza, a party island, just to go to sea and sit in your lounge and resort all the time.
Yeah, it is.
What are you doing?
Get up, go spend the day by the pool, go spend the evening in the bar, go to bed. Get up, go spend the day by the pool, go spend the evening in the bar, go to bed. It's literally that for a week. It's all like.
It's ridiculous.
You could do that at home and just book a freaking half-hour session at the tanning salon, come out, grab a crate of beer, go home. And you can relax and chill out and lock the door and lock the world outside, and you've got all the comforts you need to fully relax.
Or they can go Spain for a third of the price.
No, Spain's getting expensive like that as well.
Is it?
Yeah, you're still paying a stupid amount of money to go do nothing except risk skin cancer and cirrhosis of the liver. And so
Tenerife is nice, like fairly cheap, hot. We went water park all the time, Sand Park, €1 beers.
I mean, went to New York and explored a bit, but I think the best thing was the 72-hole mini golf course.
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
Did you flip in, bump into Happy Gilmore or something?
No, it's 72 holes. The chances of bumping into someone like that is very rare. That many holes. But yeah, 72-hole mini golf course.
That's an insane amount of holes.
That's reason enough just to fly all the way out there. Out there, went to Palma, did stuff, visited stuff. I could always say that was, the good thing going on holiday with your mum was that it wasn't just sitting around, it was exploring places. And that was pretty good.
Yeah, I bet you didn't have to wake up at 8 a.m. there.
Yeah. Is
your
mum remember?
Yeah, genuinely.
I mean, the only bad thing was, going with your grandparents. They, on a couple of them, and it was just, let's just say there were certain issues that didn't make time in the car very nice.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying no more, but let's just say. No, I think it's the time that she let your dad drive and he almost freaking killed us within 30 seconds.
Yeah, because Grandpa, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. now, 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 add that to driving on the wrong side of the road.
I can kind of see what it was like. Was it a lot of blaming other people?
No, it was just blind panic. Get out of the car, change it over.
And then was it grumpy for the rest of the team?
Well, no, 'cause he didn't have to drive then, did it? So it's
Oh, that sounds like he did it on purpose then.
no, you know what his driving's like,
Oh, he's not doing too hot recently. I can't lie.
isn't he?
No, he's had a little mini stroke and then he had another mini stroke. So he's struggling a bit and like Grammy, uh, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's kind of like he's obviously been declining because that's what's going to happen. But she's like kind of following. She's like they leave him behind. Like genuinely like trying to conversate. For example, I got a text from Grandpa saying I'm having trouble with my Wi-Fi from my laptop. I'm getting a taxi. I'm coming over. It's like Tuesday afternoon, like 2 p.m. I was like, no. So then I was like, right. I was like, and then I was like, okay, click the icon at the bottom. Send me a picture of the Wi-Fi thing, and I can see what the issue is, and then I can tell you what the problem is. An hour, a green, blue tick instantly. An hour and a half later, no reply. So I go, you figured it out, or do you want to call? Yeah, call now. So I was like, right, okay. Called. Took me about maybe 15 minutes to get them to turn the camera on WhatsApp for video. Then maybe another 10 to get them to flip the camera. And then midway, basically all the laptop needed was an update. And basically midway, as soon as we'd updated it and the fault connected, I literally went to them and was like, right, just go on the internet and search anything, search cats, I don't know, anything, just to make sure that it's connected and working. And all of a sudden I could hear my Grammy saying, oh, wait, where are you going? You going for a wee? So I'm like, oh my God. So then I'll go, Grandma, right, open the browser. She's like, I don't know how. And I was like, do you know that you see that blue symbol at the bottom, kind of like swirly blue symbol at the bottom of your page? Click it. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, for goodness sake. What is wrong with you people?
Right. Take that experience and imagine that's your fucking job all day, every day.
About to lose my crap. I was so close to flipping out, and I put the phone down, and I sat there for a good 5 minutes just to like,
yeah,
collect myself.
That's what my job was for years and years, doing stuff like that. Why do you think I did all the service stuff by myself and learned it all by myself so I could get out of doing that? Because it's all like, I mean, you still have to deal with people, but it's not all day, every day. There's a reason why they call it help desk and not help desk, because it's just pure hell.
Oh man, it is hell.
Yeah, the internet connection thing, and it's just sort of like, right, well, open your browser and just search for something to see if you can connect.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the thing is yeah, they go, well, what shall I search for? Like,
Yeah,
I don't care. Anything.
Anything. Yeah, literally just. That's what I'm saying. Like
Type the word anything in there if you want to.
And then they were like, I'm gonna try log into Yahoo. And I was like,
oh God.
Because that's the problem. They couldn't get onto the emails. So what my idea was, search up anything. You can get to the internet. Great. I can go. No, and then he was like, oh, I'm going on Yahoo. So then I had to sit there for 10 minutes while they were typing in the password. And I was like, please, Mother of God, put me out of my misery. Yeah, like, I feel the pain. Like, people generally search anything. Like, can you not think of anything? Search the letter Y. Search. Just maybe put a dash and press enter. I don't know. Full stop.
The thing is literally just mash the keyboard and hit enter.
Yeah.
Something will come up.
Yeah.
18 million people have searched for as good as this good. You know,
Yeah.
here's all the results.
They're just old and like Grammy. Bear in mind she used to be a nurse. I don't know what's happened. Like basically because Grandpa had to sell the car due to his stroke. They're having to take Ubers, and Grandma like was kept asking my mum to book a one. Well, could you book the taxi for this and this time and this and this? Book us a taxi. So then we spent on Grandpa's birthday time setting her up, putting her on easy mode. So there's literally like 3 destinations on her app. So it literally she loads it up and she presses a location and she gets that location. She just refused to kind of learn how to do it. And then so that they were messaging like me and my mum at work when we're like in meetings and that, could you book us a taxi? And it's like, bro, just. Oh, another thing as well. Grammy refused to get a taxi to the hairdresser because she didn't want to use the app. So she got the bus, missed a stop. So instead of getting on the bus and going back and getting off at the stop, she just went home. generally losing the goddamn mind.
Well, to be honest, your grand does. She's one that gets flustered and just goes, "I'll sod it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bother now."
That's what she did with. That's what she just does with the phone. Like like instead of just like actually trying with it.
The problem is you're asking her to go into an app and go through it, and even if you're putting in some simple options, you're asking her to choose those simple options. What you should do is you should see if you can create shortcuts to those options for the home screen.
No, that is a shortcut.
On the home screen.
The Uber app is one of the first apps she sees when she unlocks a phone.
No, I don't mean the app. I mean literally the function of the app. So what we did for Grandad, your Grandad Seaside. So
that's what. No, but we've set up the app. So you press the app and it gives her 3 options: home, hospital, dentist.
Yeah. Hang on.
Or open the app and then all I have to do is press one of those things.
Right. Listen to me. Your Grandad Seaside couldn't work out how to use the frigging contacts when he wanted to call someone. So literally he has to go into contacts, look at someone's name and call them. So what I did was, who are the people that you want to call, your most frequent contacts? And I set those up as shortcuts on his homepage. So when he unlocked his phone, he had those names with a telephone symbol, and he could just hit that from just unlocking his phone and call someone.
Yeah, but that's impossible to do in Uber.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you checked?
But we have done that basically. Grammy knows how to open an app. She texts on WhatsApp. That's what I'm saying. They both do. They both know how to text, and that's the issue. They were crying about texting. They didn't figure out how to send it, and then they learn. So it's annoying when I'm thinking, you guys are legitimately retired. You got nothing to do all day. You wake up, spend all day in your house, go to bed. You've got a spare hour to learn how to use your phone. And it's not that hard. It's literally like the
Okay. Have they got
basic Android phones of all time?
They've got Android phones. If you hold down the Uber app icon, and you have a home or work address saved in the app, or you have an address saved in the app, it will appear as a quick action menu alongside the option to start a new ride. Long press a specific destination from that pop-up menu and drag it into your home screen to save it as an independent shortcut. So you can do it. You can save those saved, destinations into the home screen.
Yeah, but
So
yeah, but
all she has to do is unlock a phone, and you can have it in a row at the
yeah, but
bottom.
she's already booked a taxi herself. She knows how to do it. She
Yeah,
did it before we even changed it to easy mode.
I
She
know.
just she does it and then she just doesn't want to do it. Yeah, but I'm not doing that for her. Like she's a grown woman, she can figure that out.
Right,
She's
okay.
already done it.
You either do that or she keeps calling you at work.
No, because we just told her not to. Like we generally said, we generally told her like you like figure it out.
Do you have Uber? Do you use it?
Yeah.
Right. Show your mum how to do it on your phone, and then she can do it for you.
No, but grandma could do it now. Is what I'm saying. Because we basically said you need to stop calling us. And then she was like, and then she figured it out herself because she didn't have an easy way out.
As I say, I've always found that pretty good with a lot of Android apps is that you can take a lot of the functions like that and add it to the home screen. So you don't have to go through that pain.
Yeah, but my argument is it's not that she can't do it; she just chooses not to because she can't be bothered.
No, I know that, and that's why you have to do it.
I'm not gonna do that because she can't be bothered. Because you can do it when she spends part of her retirement, all like literally days of her retirement, not sat there watching Pointless.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I'm generally not doing that for her.
I know,
She
but
can figure it out herself.
the thing
She
the
has
thing with no,
figured it out.
the thing with old people is that sort of thing they class as an interaction, a social interaction, getting you to do that stuff, and it allows them that social because they're losing more and more social interactions. I mean, I'm just happy that way, but for people who have been very social in their life and stuff like that, just think about it, and also think that with your auntie dying, she's lost a lot of that social interaction. She's lost that connection to, the twins.
Yeah, but
She's lost a lot, and old people use shit like that to get those interactions. So by doing stuff like that, I'm getting them round that, so they can't use it as an excuse for an interaction.
yeah, but we've already done that.
I know, but you get to give, they then start, doing more positive interactions, nicer interactions, so interactions where they're not raising a problem in order to get an interaction.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They don't anymore.
What?
They don't ask about the taxi because I told them not to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Initially, it was
but
annoying.
you've taken away that interaction, and you've told them that you don't want to interact with them socially, and that's what they were using it for.
But it's not really my issue or fault.
I know they told you, but you basically told them to shut up. You don't
We
want to
have
speak to them. That's how they'll see it.
Well, they can see however they want.
I know, but it's not nice. They have lost a lot.
But like, arguably, so is my mother, and so have I.
I know.
And it isn't really our fault that they don't really speak to anyone. They don't go out at all.
I know.
Even before the stroke.
I know.
So like, and have her own lives. Like I can't just keep going round to feel nice. Like I've got stuff to do.
We're gonna have to go see Grandad Seaside.
Yeah.
Because he's moved closer.
Was it?
Yeah, he's now in Wakey.
Is it?
Yeah, he's moved to an old people's place type thing.
When did he move there?
Last month.
Really?
Yeah. So I haven't been over. I haven't,
What, move closer to being near you guys?
Yeah, but I haven't spoken to him for a while because I've been good. What my life's been like over the past while. So, and him being the way he is, he just every time I speak to him, he keeps bringing it up, and it's sort of like I don't want to keep going through that. Stop freaking talking about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because again, it's a conversation point. Something happened, and it's sort of like, yeah, I don't want to keep rehashing. It's freaking hard enough as it is. Personally, and with my as it is by myself. But and this is so. Yeah, we'll have to go over and see him.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
This is not too far away. I'll send you address.
Damn. How far is that? How long did it take to move everything?
I don't know. Your uncles did it, but as I say, it's just because I can't do anything. I can't, driving over there. I need to stop off, but I don't want to leave. I've got to take, the furry monster, but I don't want to leave him in the car. If I've got to stop off to, go to the toilet or something. I just don't like leaving him. And, you can't take him in there. And so it's all like, it's very limiting. Or, I'd have to ask you to come and dog sit while I went over there. But, you're not available. And the way that I usually get informed about stuff like that is, oh, it's happening this weekend, which isn't, enough time to plan with you. Even if you, because I'm sure by in that week, you've usually lined up plans for that weekend and stuff like that. So it's all like, I can't do that. And
that isn't great.
And you know what they're like is inconsiderate for other people's plans. It's sort of like, well, yeah, I can do this, but I've got to be back by this time for this. And they go, no, it's okay. And you're back, you're back 2 hours freaking late. Because they've said, no, it's okay. No, don't worry about it. Usual crap that you get from them, and it's just all like, yeah. I mean, okay, it doesn't happen all the time, but the times it does, and it's sort of like, yeah, no, that really screws me up, just doing stuff like that. I know from experience that this is going to happen, and being told that it's not going to happen when I know it is, and it does freaking happen. And you get told not to stress about it or worry about it, and it's sort of like, no, these are the specific things that cause me stress and that cause me anxiety. This type of shit, specifically this. A lot of other things don't, but specifically these sorts of things do. And it's just all like, that's the other thing with Gen X is that when it comes to siblings, pretty crap.
Not great.
No, I mean, it's, well, my situation growing up as well, so it's sort of like, he's never that, but it's just a case of just don't listen. There's no listening involved.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah.
So
I know what that's like. Mike is quite similar in terms of time. It'll take 2 hours. What you meant to say? It'll take 6.
Yeah.
Like what? You learn just not to listen at all.
Yeah.
Like for example, I really hurt my hand. I say really hurt. I basically cut my hand up when I was in Liverpool. On 3 of my fingers, so like all the. Did I show you?
I don't think you showed me.
I'll show you. I'll send you a picture.
It was all bandaged up when you last came around.
Yeah. I remember I got back and he was like, right, I'm just going Asda if you want to come with me. And we'll get some stuff for it. And I was like, calm. So tell me why there's been about 84 million stops since. They're going on like a monthly errand. Like, there you go. Generally so annoying. And it's why I stopped doing a lot of these events as well, because it would just be like, oh, it's only like a couple of miles, it'll take you this, and we get there. It's like, actually, no, it's triple what I said, and it's going to take us absolutely forever. I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh,
like, I don't even like it.
The ones, can you take your sister to this? You just need to drop her off, and then you can come. And then you get there, and it's all like, no, you have to stay.
Yes, that's what happened actually. I had to go all the way to Bradford, and it was like, oh yeah, well, I'll be there, yada yada. So I was thinking, right, I can get to Bradford, he'll be there, I can drop her off, and I can head straight home. It was like 1:30, I think, and the swimming started at like the hour. And I called, I was like, yo, where you at? And I said, oh no, I'll be there for when the swimming ends. So I had to sit there and wait. And I'm thinking, bro, I don't want to be here on a Friday afternoon just in bloody Bradford. Like, it is,
Yeah,
like,
it's
that
for
is
me
generally miserable.
that's the red thing. It's sort of like you're not giving me all the data, so I can't make an informed decision and I can't plan because I don't have enough information. I need the information. If I get the information, then I'm okay with it. But when I don't get the information, I still go do something, and then you're screwed over while doing it. You're getting screwed over with it.
We had a little beef the other day because they want me to do this exam, but it doesn't help when you're making me go off in a flipping um like go off on a Wednesday on one of my best days, then sit in Weatherby while she does karate. And then obviously she was a bit moody about it, and they were like, "I think we've all got to think about doing favors once in a while for the family." And I was like, "Yeah, I've been doing a favor for the past 6 months. I was doing every single day." And they were like, "Yeah, but you got to know that it doesn't just last for a period." I was like, "Bruh, I haven't got time for this." And then I can't remember what they said. They said, "I think you should just have a long think about it." And I was like, or something like, I can't really remember the phrasing. And I was like, well, I don't think that's going to happen because I don't really know what you're trying to get at. And I was ready for them to like say something again, and I like pull up receipts, and I can say, well, back when it was like heavy, I was generally doing every single day. That's my favor, arguably, like taking your child to school and back to all the clubs that you want them to go to. Like that was my favor to you for 6 months. Why is it then still expected that I'll be happy to keep doing that? I don't want to do it. Like I'll save that for when I have my own kid. Like not spend like my youth all that time spent sat in my car, sat in traffic.
The reason you have to do that is because you live with them for cheap. That's why.
Yeah, but
That's
it
why.
isn't. Yeah, but it wasn't my decision to send her to school on the other side of the city.
No.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my decision to send her to karate, like an hour away.
But do you know why you have to do this now?
Why?
Because they did you favours by coming to pick you up in Bolton when you were drunk at 1 o'clock in the morning and miles away from where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, but that was a one-off.
No, stuff like that's happened a couple of times, hasn't it?
No, that's the only time that's happened.
But that's enough. But
Yeah, but
now
you
realise.
know what I was trying to say, like.
Yeah, but think of it this way. Now you know, like they say, when you go for a job, and you know the interviewer turns around and goes, "Oh, we're like a family here." Now you know why that's a red flag. Because when they say we're like a family here, is because they'll do stuff like that at the job.
I just don't.
You know, it's sort of like, you know, oh, can you just drop this off at this site on your way home? It shouldn't take long. And, you know, there should be someone there. And then you get to the site and the gate's locked. And so you're trying to phone the person that's supposed to be there and they're not answering. And then so you go back to your boss and you're trying to get hold of them to say, well, there's no one here. And, you know, you said it had to be dropped off by tonight for X reason. And then they're not answering, and so you've driven, you know, miles out your way, and you've just been left stranded. You're just stuck there, and it's just sort of like, what the hell?
but like it would be different if I didn't. If like for example, what happened. Like genuinely, it, he went from, let's say, the first month, 2 months equal to then I'll read you the schedule. So I was going through that, and I was thinking, right, after this, like I paid it back now with interest. Uh,
Yeah, you do realise that it's never equal when it's family.
like listen to this.
It never will
Monday,
be.
Monday, 2nd of March. Take to school, collect from school. Take to swimming, collect from swimming. Tuesday, take to school, collect from school, take her to gymnastics. Wednesday, take her to school, get her from school, take her to flipping karate. Thursday again, take and collect, then take her to swimming. All while Mike's going to swimming himself. So he isn't coming back to take his daughter to the swimming that he wants to go to. He's making me take her then going swimming himself. Now that's what drove me nuts.
I understand.
It was less about taking, it was more about why am I taking your daughter to a club that you want her to go to while you're then just going off swimming yourself?
Yeah, it's sort of like you know if you've got work and you know there's stuff like that. Okay, understandable. But yeah, if you're off doing your activity, if I'm doing this so you can do your activities, that really isn't fair.
Like it isn't like that's a decision you make, right? When you have a kid, like you might not be able to go swim when you want to. And even now, like as soon as mother can't do something, I then have to do it. Like she'll ask him to pick her up. All of a sudden, oh yeah, could you get your sister for me?
Do you, do you know all of those times I have told you to cut back on spending, cut back on the holidays, and save as much money as you can as fast as you can?
The housing market is absolutely diabolical. I ain't affording anything.
Look, I know it is, but if you'd have been doing that from the time you started working after leaving college, get on university, if you'd have been absolute, still go on your holidays,
Yeah,
but
but
maybe just
I
don't make
am.
money.
I am. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
I'm putting money into an ISA.
You're putting
I
money
have been
into,
doing it since I started
how
work.
much? How much are you putting into an ISA a month?
I don't know.
Right. What
Yeah,
would
but I'm not gonna not live just to move out. So I don't have to take my sister to school and back.
Oh, believe me, friend, you don't have to do shit like that. It will be worth it.
Yeah, but I'd much rather go on holiday. As
You,
much as annoying it is, I'd much rather go on my holiday. I'd much rather go out on a weekend. Like I've thought about that, and they say you need to save. And I'm thinking, at the end of the day, I'm only 21, and I'm halfway through. So I'd rather not have much money now when I'm young, than spend all my time not doing stuff to save money to then get older, and then I'm like, oh damn, now to want to do harder things I want to do. Like that's my decision. I've already come to that.
yeah, I understand that, but the thing is that the cost of getting your independence while you're doing that is getting further away.
Yeah, but I
and
think
it
it's
will be
worth it.
harder to reach. It's getting further and further out of reach, and it's not going to normalise. You're not going to claw it back unless you take that hit and make. I mean, the
Yeah, but I'm happy to take the hit. I think it's worth it.
when
I don't think I don't regret it at all.
look at it
I
this
don't
way,
really
when I
not
was
regret
by
it.
myself and my costs weren't high, but I was literally living month to month. It took me it took me almost 15, 16 years to get back to a point where I wasn't living month to month and I could start building up money. It took me that long to get back to that point after losing my grip on it. it took me that long, and now I've got back to that, and then again it was reset is what happened. So I have massively cut out a massive amount of stuff to get back to where I was when that happened. And now I'm back there, and for the first time this month I've been able to make an extra payment on the mortgage. And I'll be making those extra payments so I can cut down the mortgage a lot faster and pay it, end up paying it back. So I cut a chunk off the mortgage, so my payments will be a little bit less now, because when you make an overpayment it takes it off of the mortgage and it doesn't take it off of the interest. I'm not paying off an interest on that. So it takes a chunk off. So it brings that that day closer to pay it off and not have to pay for a mortgage anymore and stuff like that. And now I'm back to that. I'm back up to a certain amount in my bank account. The savings are now starting to go up. So now what I'm going to look at is, it's all like investment funds. So is put so much money a month into an investment fund where that'll gain and compound. And it'll do better than, likely do a bit better than an ISA. And then that's just, compounding and compounding. So I'm putting in, it's earning money, and it's just getting more and more. So it's sort of like, I've got, this much money in one account to clear. That's, for my bills and my mortgage and stuff like that. It covers electricity, water, council tax, mortgage. Put so much into that account and then that's covered. And the main account is building up so much funds. I've got the Revolut stuff now where I'm building up saving. In just 2 years of using Revolut and using the spare change function to put, round purchases up to the nearest pound and put it into savings is, there's over 500 quid on that now, just from doing that alone. And that's what I mean, it's putting these little bits in here and there and, sectioning it off and, taking the shit and having a hard time and, not doing what I really want to do. And the fact is I understand about the holidays and going out and stuff like that, but it's, honestly, you don't have to cut that much out. It's literally...
But I'm already given a bunch to ISA already. I'm not going to cut off anything more.
Yeah.
I'm not sacrificing the ISA for anything else.
No, I don't.
And I'd much rather make the sacrifice now, honestly.
I'm not saying sacrifice the ISA. I'm saying look at, using an ISA. I mean, apparently one of the best ones is Standard and Poor. So you're not buying shares yourself. What you're doing is you're putting your money into a pool of money to buy shares and sell shares. So that's what an investment fund is. So it's all like, you're pooling your money with lots of other people for someone to manage this and carry it out and sell it. So you usually do get a return on those, and that can be a bit higher than what an ISA is going to give you back. And then that compounds as well. So when you get those returns, it's not like an ISA where it's a set amount and then you get the interest based on that amount. It grows exponentially with the returns and with you putting more in. And you start off small and you just build that up slowly. And then I'm going to be looking at doing one of those in the next couple of months. So once I've got it done and it's been going a few months, have a look at it, see what the numbers are, and as I say, it's you start off small, and then whatever you can afford you put into it, and then you look at that, how that's growing against how your ISA is growing and what your ISA is going to pay out.
But I don't really have anything else to put in, to be honest.
50 quid a month to start.
I don't really have much left after board and that, and then what I already paying.
Well, how much is your board?
Generally, after every pay, I have about 300 quid left, and then you have to half that for petrol. So basically, 150 quid to do anything.
How many days a week are you driving in?
So twice. Yeah, but you have to remember I do Sheffield twice a week.
Yeah, and you also do the. Oh, I'm driving down to Gloucester, then across to London this week.
Nah, we're off season now. But even with just Sheffield, it's like it's just what is it? It's like a full tank. Like I have to fill up 3 times, I think. Which is obviously 50, which is 50 quid a time.
I mean, as I say, you've got to look at stuff at a certain point and see does that pay off, and if it does or it doesn't, you know. I mean, what you could do is when it comes to something, you know, like an investment fund or you know maybe a different ISA or something like that, is um, you know when you get your annual raise, how much extra does that put in your wage packet, and then just go right. I'll just invest that. I'll try and stay static with what I am, you know, spending at the moment, keep that locked down, and then whatever I get in the next salary increase, you know, if, you know 25, 30 quid a month, I'll just put that aside into something else. Anyway, I think we've bored everyone enough, so I think we should sleep and quit because it's late. It's very late. You're gonna sleep.
Yeah, I do it now.
Right, and then we'll quit. We'll leave all of our lovely viewers to go off and not listen to us waffle while we sit in a static screen.
Uh,
So I will say good night and thanks for